let's characterize these picks. I'm looking at it. It seems like if there's a theme, it's kind of either contrarian or recovery stories or some kind of value. So home builders first.
So the two contrarians are GE and Avis Budget. Avis Budget is not for the faint of heart. This thing has been all over the tape. Sure. It's been up, it's been down. It was down 50% last year. You have to really play with money that you're risking within the market. But this could be tremendous upside from here. It's a recovery story. Uber was thought to take their bread and butter. We haven't really seen that come to play. $350 million of free cash flow annually. I think you're okay here, but keep it on a short leash.
All right, so probably a little bit of a high beta situation. GE now, you could either say it's down a ton or it's up a lot.
So Steven Tusa had a great call, right? He called it. The stock was off 77%, and then it bounced 75% off the bottom. So obviously, this one is another roller coaster. Do you believe it's going out of business, or do you believe there might be light at the end of the tunnel? Investors believe that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Larry Culp is getting maybe a free pass still. Do you think it's going to 15 or 20? I do. Mm-hmm. I'm staying invested there.
And is that based on, okay, they're going to basically split this thing apart, and it's going to be a...
Yeah, the worry is the good side is they have to break it apart. The bad side is, are they selling off everything that's actually good about the company and they're left with really non-performing assets? I believe the former.
All right. And Lennar, so another one where the home builder stocks have been kind of fighting their way back. You got low mortgage rates right now with this bond market move. What's the story there?
Existing home sales knocked the cover off the ball on estimates last week. We saw mortgage apps tick up. I think that people have to start understanding that housing is recovering. Joe likes to talk about people living in their parents' basements. I think that is subsiding. Household formation is ticking up. Affordability is ticking up. So I think at this point with the home builders, I think you're okay there. Let's remember, all these stocks that we're talking about are up over 30%. Avis Budget is up 50%, basically year to date. Yeah. So these are stocks that have been performing.
But that's actually where the market is, right? I mean, in the sense of up 20% off the low, still 4% off the highs. I mean, you can kind of look at it from different angles depending on the time frame.
Sure, but when you look at housing specifically, everyone was worried about mortgage rates. That's not a factor anymore. Everyone was worried about material costs. That's not a factor. Lumber is still in 45% from where people were worried about it. Wages, that's a problem. Finding good workers, finding people to actually build these homes, that's a problem. Seasonality, but seasonality is a tailwind for you right now. Lennar above $50 has a very clear runway as long as it holds this level.
And you think they're underselling the Cal Atlantic deal, too?
So I do. I think that they always talk about synergies and they guide towards this 2% synergies. But in the past, with their acquisitions, they've actually performed 10%. So I think they're underselling it. I think they have a lot of tailwinds. I think it's a win-win, especially for Lennar. A lot of upside from here.